Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the BS Bar, where you are getting more booze and more reviews. This is a weekly after hours podcast for BS Drunk movie reviews, and we will be uploading the video version to our YouTube channel at some point. But for our paid members, you get it first. Feel free to check us out at BS Drunk Movie Reviews on YouTube or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We're there too. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am joined by my brother Matt.
Hi, you guys.
And on this week, we are continuing with our Jurassic Park franchise, and we are on Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom.
Yes, we are.
Did you see this in theater?
I did. I did see this in the theater.
All right. So before we get started on all the ins and outs, the likes and don'ts, what you drinking?
So I am drinking what is called a Raptor cocktail. And it's inspired by the Fallen Kingdom movie, but the picture is more green, but as soon as you add the iced tea in, well, I don't know, because you add Midori in there, the green Midori, and then you add some blue Corico. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, but once I added the tea, it turned it. I don't know, the blue. It looks more blue than it does green. So I'm like, whatever.
I mean, it definitely has a green tint. I mean, to me, it looks black, but up by the ice, you can see the green coloring. But yeah.
It's delicious, though.
I was going to say, I don't know what it looks. I mean, I only know what it looks like, but I'm assuming it tastes delicious from the ingredients.
Yeah. What about you? What are you drinking?
So I had this whole drink planned out called the Dino. But I might have drank it a couple of times.
Right on.
Now I can't remember what was in it, and I'm not even going to try to find my phone because I think I put it on a charger, which is on the other side of the house. Not going to do it. So fine. I just went with the rum and Coke.
Right on. Yeah, it's totally cool. Classic.
I will put the Dino on our Twitter because that is what I was planning, and I have drank it like multiple times, so it was clearly delicious.
For sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's totally cool.
Alrighty. So this is the 5th installment of the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World franchise, the Jurassic franchise, however you want to say it. So we're going to start off on this, but before we start on this, I have a question for you that boggled my mind the entire movie, and I should have. I didn't Google it, but I should have. Do you ever remember Hammond talking about a co-founder?
No, he never had. No, this is all brand new to this movie.
Okay. I literally was like, I need to go back, but I didn't go back. But I was like, this is crazy. I don't remember a Lockwood ever being mentioned.
Yeah.
The only thing that was ever mentioned was in the very first one where, what the hell is Dotson? At the restaurant, he's like, we got Dotson, and I don't even remember the company Dotson worked for.
Right.
But that's the only time anyone, and Dotson wasn't a co-founder. Dotson was a competitor who wanted dinosaurs.
Right.
So that's my flaw in this, is that it brings in a whole new element that, like, it would have been completely, like, I don't remember the name in the original of the other digger. Remember the guy at the beginning who was like, oh, he'll never get Grant. He's like me. He's a digger. Like, if it would have been that guy, that would have been more believable.
Right. Yeah.
They brought in a whole new co-founder. So that wasn't mentioned in 3 movies.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
If they did, I don't remember it.
I don't remember it either. So, all right. So this movie starts out with Ian Malcolm in front of the Senate or the Congress. I don't know which one.
It's fine.
Talking about how, I can never remember the name of the island. Island number 2 should just be let go because it's got a volcano on it and it's going.
De Los Des Morte.
Huh?
I just said it's called De Los Des Morte.
Oh, look at you with your names. I really wish you'd stop it with the name.
No, it's not called that. I just made that up. It's like Elos Lasorna or some crap like that.
I do remember Lasorna, but I believed you because remember in the third one when Vince Vaughn says something a bit De La Weta, like it was the 5 deaths. I thought you were repeating that. So I
no.
Super gullible party.
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I claim back my time.
So they're trying to convince the US government to do something with this island to save, because the volcano is going to erupt and it's going to make all these dinosaurs extinct.
Yes.
So Lockhart, who is apparently Hammond's co-founder, has a little flunky who he's hired to do all these things, to manage his money and do things with him. I don't remember his name. I just don't. I try. Was it Benjamin? Ben?
Oh gosh.
No, I don't know.
Yes. Anyways, Benjamin. Yes.
Whatever the guy's name. Was that really it?
Lockwood's name?
No, Lockwood's little flunky helper.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember his name either.
Yeah.
So anyways, he hires him to manage his money and do all of his company stuff because Lockwood is sick.
Yes.
And he's focusing on taking care of his granddaughter, Maisie.
Yes.
So then we have Claire, who was she is Bryce Dallas Howard, but Claire was in the first Jurassic World movie as the park general manager.
Yes.
She's in this one, and now she's part of a Save the Dinosaurs group from going extinct.
Which I was like, this is such a weird move. Like, she goes from being like this chick that runs the whole park, and now she's all like, save the dinosaurs. I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, because she has a connection.
I guess so.
I don't get it either. And I also go, why are you going to the US government? Isn't this a Costa Rican island? Why aren't you I'm sure for the right amount of money, Costa Rica would be like, good, take it. We don't want it. We'll declare it its own entity. It's not part of our country anymore.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm not sure why she was going to the US government, and Ian Malcolm is in front of them saying, no, let nature take its course. This is how it should be. This is Mother Nature taking care of it. Which, how do you feel about that? That dinosaurs were extinct or made extinct millions of years ago by Mother Nature, Earth, the universe, whatever. And now here they are on an island that once again is naturally going to take care of them.
Oh, I thought they just let them go. Like, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, which Owen, Chris Pratt, says at one point. He was like, this is just how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, let them go. They shouldn't be around anymore. Bye.
Nature killed them once, and they're trying to kill them again.
Yeah.
This is a sign, guys.
Yeah, from him. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
anyways,
if you don't know what that's from, go check out our regular feed.
Yeah, regular feed. Okay, so yeah, the Senate thing was fine. I say that buy back my time thing every now because I've been watching a lot of House Senate stuff where they talk and everything. And now whenever me and my wife talk and she like interrupts me, I immediately go, I buy back my time.
so I watched a ton of and C-SPAN
I buy back my time.
Still around. I watched a ton of C-SPAN in my when I was like 18, 19, 20, because I totally thought I wanted to like.
Wow, sounds interesting. You sound like a partier.
One could say they thought I had daddy issues. I do not have daddy issues at all. I don't want an older man, but I thought Newt Gingrich was.
Newt Gingrich. Okay, right? Hey, listen. No judgment. A little bit of judgment.
Everyone has that one person that everyone judges. You can judge that. I judge myself. The fact I admitted it is a whole different situation.
It's cool.
So,
all right.
So when she's in her little, the one chick, Zia calls it telemarketing office, whatever. She has 2 main people that come back and stay with her. You have Zia, who is the paleontologist veterinarian.
Yes.
And then you have Franklin, who is like the super smart IT computer whiz guy.
Yes.
So these 2 stay with the whole movie. And then she gets a call from Lockwood's assistant, or I don't know, it's not his assistant. It's like his daughter's or his granddaughter's nanny. Anyways, So she gets invited to the Lockwood estate. She goes there, and that's where Lockwood's assistant lays out the game plan of saving 11 species and taking them to a sanctuary. But they need her help because they have the chip from the park, so they can track them.
Yes.
When did you realize this was a scam? Because the minute they wanted to find Blue, I was like, this isn't real.
I don't know.
They're not saving them.
I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, I don't remember.
So she gives that. So then her Franklin Zia, she goes out. Okay, stop.
Can we talk about when the sea alligator monster attacks those dudes at the beginning?
What was his name? What's the dinosaur's name?
The indigenous Rex.
Thank you. I almost said megalodon. Why shark? It must be because it jumped up. So
but they're in like the ocean or whatever.
Because he dies. It dies like at the edge of the park. And the waters have clearly, because when a volcano erupts, it erupts lava, which brings out new land and whatever. So it's underwater. The Anonymous Rex is underwater, and they go down and they collect a bone. I'm assuming it's like a...
Yeah, it was like a claw or a tooth or something. I can't remember.
It looks huge, but on a dinosaur, it's probably like a finger. I don't know. But they collect it. And then there's a guy at the gate that's like, I'm closing the gates. Are you getting back? And a helicopter comes flying in. This guy's in a bright yellow raincoat, and
it's like thundering outside.
And there's a dinosaur chasing him, and he jumps on the helicopter.
It's the T-Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex is chasing him.
Well,
and he jumps on the alligator. So I just blew it. He jumps on the helicopter's dropped ladder, and he thinks he's gotten away from the T-Rex. But guess what? Comes back and says, not today, my friend. You are an appetizer. Do you remember the name of the dinosaur?
No. The alligator
one? The Mosasaurus.
Yeah, the Mosasaurus.
I don't know if that's correct. I'm probably saying it wrong. I've had that.
No, it was the Mosasaurus.
Mosasaurus. Morsa, whatever.
Yes.
Jumps up and bites him.
Yes.
Do you feel that it would have been a clean bite, or that helicopter would have come down to?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know
how sharp a matzo whatever, matzo-saurus.
Matzo ball, yeah. Matzo ball saurus.
I don't know how sharp mozzarella's teeth are.
Yeah. I just liked when the T-Rex was chasing him, and like he was like chewing on the ladder the whole time.
And how happy the guy is when he gets free of the T-Rex and he thinks he's lived.
Yeah.
He's so joyful.
I also liked when they're in the little submarine underneath the water, and the Mosasaurus is underneath, and it's behind him, and then like all of a sudden his mouth is open, then you see the lights go down or whatnot. I thought that was pretty fun. But that is
one of my favorite dinosaurs, because he's huge as fuck and you never know where he is.
Yes, and I did like when the Mosasaurus came up and ate that dude, because he was happy. They were like, oh yeah, and the dudes were all like cheering up above, and then he dies.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he dies.
And I'm like, dude, you're lit up like a banana with that coat.
Yes. And then moving over to can we talk about when Chris Pratt reunites with Blue?
Oh yeah, that was the part I was at next. So she goes out and kiss Pratt. Chris Pratt is in the middle of nowhere building a cabin, singing some really bad song. I'm assuming it's country, because I don't like country and it's bad. I'm so sorry. To each their own. So she gets out of her car and she's all like, Owen, and she must say it like forever. And eventually she's like, can I buy you a beer? And he's like, did you bring them, or do we have to go somewhere? Yeah. And then when they show the bar they go to, she is cackling like a hen. Like she's that drunk girl that's like touching every guy on the arm. Like,
yeah. She was quite annoying. I don't like her in any of these other movies. I liked her in the first one.
The first one, she's definitely a way stronger character.
Yeah, so they hop over to the island. Like she convinces him to go to the island.
Which I'm like, okay, every single male that has been convinced to go to these islands, whether it's by a female or someone else, you should know The minute you say you're going to go, bad things are going to happen.
Oh
There's
yeah, for sure.
never been good things. It's just a matter now of he said yes. Well, he didn't say yes. He just shows up on the plane. He's sleeping on the plane when she gets on it. He should just know the minute he chose to go get on that plane, there will be dinosaur chasing him. There will be dinosaur trying to eat him. Oh, wait. And there will be people trying to kill him to prevent him from doing whatever he wants to do.
Yes.
Those are given on all of the Jurassic Park movies.
Yes. So they go to the island. And I love when Chris Pratt meets Blue again, or he reunites with Blue. And I don't know what this clicker thing is that he's got, like,
you don't remember it from the
No,
first?
I do remember. I don't know what it's all about. So like he comes out and then he puts out.
Okay, side note, story time.
Go ahead.
Reminds me of when I was in the high school and college and I played golf, because we had clickers to keep how many strokes, and that's what it sounded like. It would go click and you'd look at it and say 1, and you'd click it and whatever. That's what it reminds me of every time. I'm like, why the fuck does he have a golf clicker? Does he need to keep track of how many growls or nips Blue takes at him? I'm confused.
Yeah, no, I just every time he did that, and then he does the hand thing. He puts out his hand. I'm all like, oh, okay, look at you, whatever. And then, I mean, I don't know if Blue's all like, and like he tries to feed him like a snack or whatever. I don't remember what the snack was. If they said,
I think it's just a fish or a piece of meat.
Yeah, well, Blue wasn't happy. He's like, what are you talking about? You're the snack, buddy.
It's like, bitch, there's 37 guys with ARs pointed at me. I'm not taking your fucking piece of jerky.
Right. Yeah. So eventually Blue does chill out and everything. But then he gets like,
can we talk about Franklin?
Sure. Yeah. Franklin.
Real quick. I said the plane. I apologize, guys. We're going to rewind. So back on the plane.
How did that go?
So back on the plane when Owen meets Zia and Franklin. Franklin's the IT guy. He's like, are you ready to fly a metal horse through the sky? And he goes, well, I rode my motorcycle through the jungle with a pack of raptors. My favorite line in this entire movie is when Franklin goes, we are not compatible.
Yeah.
I love Franklin. Franklin is me every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's scared. He's pissed in his pants at least 5 times in this movie.
Yeah, he's a little pussy boy. Anyways, so back to Blue and reuniting with Blue. So then he gets shot with a dart, and that's when the dudes all come out and everything.
Which Blue already knew they were there.
Yeah, which I don't know. I don't like the guy, the game hunter guy, where he's all like, because he's all like, hey, we're going to go catch some dinosaurs. And Blue,
he's mean as fuck. He rips out their teeth.
Yeah. Also, when Blue attacks that dude and then he like falls on the ground because he was going to like shoot her or whatnot, and she's like chomping away like at his face, they hide it with the grass. And I'm all like, why do they keep doing this? And so they did that in the second movie, the first series, the first trilogy.
It's very strange on how they pick which movies, because in the third one, they didn't hide shit from us. They let us see everybody getting eaten.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I'm like, why sometimes do they show us all the blood and guts being sprayed off everybody? And then other times they're like, oh no, we're going to let it happen off screen and just let you see the feet twitch it.
Yeah. I don't understand that whole situation, but yeah. And then Chris Pratt ends up getting a dart to the belly or whatnot.
Oh my gosh. I found it so comical. This part with Chris Pratt with the dinosaur and everything. So they pretty much set him up. The Lockhart Foundation, his assistant, whatever, sets up Claire and Owen. Like they just are using them to get the tracking system. And they're going to their plan is to leave them on the island to die. And they're just casualties. Yeah. I absolutely love, like, when the lava's getting close to Owen, like a dinosaur, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one that's spiky on the back, and then it's got the tail that's like a giant mallet.
Yeah, is that the one that comes through the little tunnel, Adam, or whatever?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is the one that attacks Julianne Moore in number 2.
Oh, the Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus. Yeah, I love those. Yes. They're so cute.
It attacks her. It's the same one there. And it starts licking Owen like it knows that bad things are coming because it's a herbivore. So it starts licking him and it's slamming its paw on the ground to try to wake him up and everything. And my favorite is how Owen is paralyzed from the dart and he's slowly like slinking over everything. I absolutely love that. The whole time I'm like, I feel his panic. There's lava. I'm paralyzed. Let me move. This dinosaur was trying to wake me up and help me. I loved that part. I thought it was adorable and funny.
Yeah. So I love how Franklin and Bryce Dallas Howard, I don't remember her character's name. I don't like her, but
Yeah.
they're in that little little that little space, that what was the command center or whatnot. And I love
Yeah, in
how
the tunnel.
yeah, and then the dinosaur comes through and the lava is like spilling in a little bit. It's like dripping in, and they like you get it's like when you got from the beginning when the T-Rex was coming, like the lightning would strike and you'd see the T-Rex in it, and then the lightning would strike again. It was a little bit closer. It was the same thing with this one. It was really super fun, but also a little bit scary. But I was like, we've already seen it once. How many times are you going to do this whole movie?
Okay, there's a little bit of difference. It's lava. I would have been pissing my pants, screaming like nobody's business. I'd be like,
Yeah, because the floor is lava. Anyway, so I did, yeah. So and then I love how they've got to get the little computer or whatnot. And then they're going up that ladder. And I love how this dinosaur, like, there's lava just coming around all over the place, but he's still like, listen, I need to eat. Daddy's got to eat. And then I did like how he got up on the ladder, and then the ladder like came down, like it was faulty, and then all of a sudden it came down, and then he had to like, but I didn't like, okay, so when he was like on the ladder and then it fell down and he just doesn't move, and then the dinosaur like is like, "Argh," and he's all like, and I'm like, why were you just standing there like an asshole? You should have been running at the you're climbing.
Would he have? I feel like he would have fallen off. Like that ladder would have gone down and
Good
jerked
point. Yeah,
for
yeah,
the stop, because it reminds me of Final Destination 2,
Mm-hmm.
where the
Yeah.
guy wins and then he catches his apartment on fire and he runs down and then he falls because the ladder starts to fall, and when it jerks, he falls to the ground and he thinks he's safe, but then that extra part falls down, goes through his eye, and he dies.
Right
And
on.
it reminded me of that. And I was like, why didn't he fall to the ground? The guy in Final Destination fell to the ground.
For sure. For sure. So then the volcano like erupts, and that's
Because
where
they're
we get
outside the hatch.
yes, because they trapped that dinosaur inside that little area. It's now gonna die for sure.
And I went, how rude. He's
Rude.
gonna die.
They didn't even
I
give him
don't
a
think he was trying
chance.
to kill them. He was just trying to get in front of them.
Oh, you didn't get that? Oh, I thought that he was trying to
I
kill
thought
them
he
for
was
sure.
just in survival instinct and he was trying to throw everything he could at the lava so he could survive. I feel like he's an animal. He didn't realize that lava doesn't care. It's
Right.
not looking for lunch. It just wants to destroy everything. He thought if he could throw them at it, they were his lunch and he'd be good. He's an animal. Peace.
Right on. I did like how they were running from the volcano, how they were running, and all these dinosaurs were running past, and they're like, rat, rat. And I feel like if I could speak dinosaur, they'd be like, move, bitch. Get out the way, motherfucker.
Owen comes running through and he's yelling, run. It's funny you say it, because that's what I was like. That's what all the dinosaurs, they're repeating. They're like, rah!
Yeah, like get the fuck out of here. The roof is on fire, but for real.
Bitch.
Yeah, but yeah, move it. So then they end up getting in one of those like stupid little balls from the first movie
that our nephews were in.
Yeah, that our nephews were in, which was kind of fun.
I would go on that ride.
Chris Pratt doesn't get on, but and then of course a T-Rex shows up. Now here's my thing about this.
Is it a T-Rex?
It's not, but it's got the horns, and I don't know what this name is. Okay,
a Gigasaurus, a Gigasaurus.
Sure, it's a Gigasaurus. Anyways,
I've had
so it's fine. So it shows up, and instead of just like running from the volcano for survival, it's attacking the humans, other dinosaurs. And I'm all like, I'm sorry, wouldn't the animal instinct kick in for survival?
Too. Wouldn't his survival instinct kick in of he doesn't care about his surroundings as long as he lives?
For sure. I was just like, man. And then they end up getting trapped in that little bubble without the Owen guy. And again, he's like trying to get away from this this Gigasaurus, but then it gets trampled by the T-Rex because maybe the T-Rex is like, stop fighting, fuckers. We need to get out of here. Why are you guys fighting right now?
It's like, you dumb shit. This is not the time for lunch. We need to go.
Yes. Yeah. And then the ball starts to
so now they're in the water.
You roll, and then they do go off the cliff into the water, which I thought was kind of fun.
It was. This whole part's fun, but it's unrealistic. Anyone who's watched Mythbusters, do you remember that show?
Yeah, I didn't watch that show though, but yeah.
I watched that show. The bullets would not have done what it did. Like, he shoots through the glass ball, hoping he can like break it and get in. That's not how it works. Bullets don't work that way underwater.
Right on. I feel you. And so then they're trying to get onto the boat before it takes off, right? And they've got all the dinosaurs they can, but then all the other dinosaurs, they're just like running towards on the dock and everything because they're just trying to get away. And I'm all like,
so sad.
So sad.
They totally tug at your heartstrings with the Bronchiosaurus.
Oh, in the cloud, it's like, and you're all like, oh, like, bummer.
And then he jumps up on his hind legs, like,
yeah, and I'm all like, oh, that's really sad.
I'm like, you fuckers.
Yeah, they made that jump though. I was like, oh, they made the jump. Look at them.
Yeah, but the Bronchiosaurus didn't. He dies in the cloud of flames and the lava because Bronchiosauruses apparently can't swim. Because that was my other thoughts.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
How many of these dinosaurs can't swim? Because they all kind of stop at the pier and at the shore and just all.
See, I would have at least tried. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, like, if I couldn't swim, I'm like
burning to death, drowning. Both suck. But I feel like burning would be way more painful. I feel like drowning, you would like choke for a few minutes, but burning, you melt.
Yeah. And like my whole thing is like, well, like with that, I'm all like, listen, if I'm going to drown, at least I'm trying to survive. Like survival mode kicks in real freaking quick, although I can swim, so I don't have to worry about that.
Can we talk about how tall these dinosaurs are? I feel like super Bronchiosaurus huge. Could have made it far out there. Even if bitch couldn't swim, she could have at least touched the ground long enough to get far away from the ocean that she could have been like, I'm still here. Hold on, I gotta go down.
Right on. Okay, so they're on this boat, right? And they open up one of the containers and it's got a T-Rex in it.
Because they need his blood.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Zia's sent them because she's got Blue, and Blue's been shot and dying. But Blue's lost a lot of blood and needs blood. Right. And they need a reptile with 2 to 3 fingers. Why that's important, I don't know. But apparently there's only one on the boat. And guess what it is?
It's a T-Rex. Which I go, I don't know if the science around this movie is really, your story is already not tracking, honey, but it's fine. It's like, whatever.
So does it really need to just have 2 or 3 fingers? Couldn't it be any reptile?
Right. So they're trying to get the blood or whatnot, and they're having a hell of a time of it. And I love when the door closes and then the T-Rex like wakes up and he's like staring at his eye, and then he's all like, and everything, and I'm all like, just get the fuck out, dude. Just get out. Just get out.
You know what the T-Rex was really thinking? He was having a really good dream and got woke up. He wasn't pissed at Owen. He wasn't pissed at Claire. He didn't want to eat them. He was literally just bitching like any one of us bitches when we're woke up from a good dream. Fuckers, I was about to win the lottery. You know how good that would have been? I could have bought 5 houses, 22 cars. Only in his version, it's I could have ate 5 Stachiosauruses, had me a pterodactyl wing. Right? I could have had wings, bitches.
Oh, can I real quick say, like, if I was Bryce Dallas Howard's character and Chris Pratt had dove into the water and saved me from that little bubble thing, I would have been like, psh, wet and everything. I would have been like,
just gonna say, when you're in the car,
yeah,
I'd have been like, hey, dude, we're on a boat with nowhere to go.
Whip it out because I'm sucking it. Like,
you want me to suck your dick right now?
You just saved me. You just saved me. You're getting some play right now, like hardcore.
Right? I agree with that. Like, at some point, there should have been way more romance in this because, not even romance, just flat out porn. Because as well that we learned it from what's the movie Speed. What does Keanu Reeves say about relationships that start in?
I have no idea. I love
something about relationships that start in high intensity situations. If I drinks, shut the fuck up, you whore.
I just love it. Do you remember what what's his face said in that movie 15 million years ago?
She's sliding on the little cart that's on wheels, but you don't know. They're trying to make it look like it's not on wheels. They're sliding on it, and she's all like, and everything. And he's like, relationships start in high intensity have a higher failure rate. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with her sucking your dick? I feel that same way now. What the fuck do dinosaurs have to do with you're both sitting in the cab of this truck? Suck his dick.
Right. And I did like how he like flipped over that T-Rex and everything. That was super fun. I was like, look at you getting all close to its teeth and everything.
Well, they both lost me at the minute they climbed into the
oh yeah, for sure. Like
with the T-Rex. I'd been like, oh, Blue, you're adorable, but
yeah.
no.
Oh, as soon as she was all like, you need blood, I'd been like, girl, I ain't getting no blood. I've been like, I'm
fake dinosaur. We just made him. So can't I just give him my blood? Isn't that the same? Because if he ate me, he would digest me.
Exactly. So then they make it to this mansion to where
the Lockhart mansion.
Yeah, the Lockhart mansion. Lockwood. Okay. So a lot of stuff goes down in this mansion. I don't know about you, but so much goes down in this mansion. Okay.
I don't remember his name. Can we talk about the auctioneer?
Sure. Yeah. Talk about the auctioneer. Go.
I don't remember his name.
It's okay. Like I remember
Mr. Eversole.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yep. Okay. Mr. Eversole.
So his teeth are like seriously fake. They're super crazy veneers. I have like the veneers on this guy. He went to a bad dentist. Those veneers are
hella weird,
right? They're like super white and super perfectly big and square.
Right on.
And he's like, and the assistant guy is all like, whoa, we're looking at getting 4 million a species. And he's like, $4 million on Tuesday isn't even worth getting out of bed. And I'm like, bitch, getting out of bed is the least of my worries if you're offering me $4 million a day.
Right on. I don't remember the actor's name, but I do love him. It's like Toby something.
Oh, he's so good. I love him and like all the stuff he's been in. He's like,
yeah, he's great.
He's awesome. But I feel like they overdid his teeth. They were like,
but okay, so there's a lot of stuff goes down. So we find out they're auctioning off dinosaurs as like security pets or whatever, and I'm like, okay, toys, yeah, great. And then we find out that Maisie, that little Maisie girl, is a clone of his daughter, and she was the I don't know, the person that started the whole Jurassic Park
world. The initial genome,
yeah, of course she was
person thing, and they have made a different, not the Indominus Rex,
yes, like
something raptor.
Yes, it's more raptor than T-Rex because it's
right smaller. Where the other one was more T-Rex than raptor,
and it's very smart because it fakes you out.
It's like supposedly similar to Blue because it's instead of having a blue stripe down it, it's got a gold.
Yes, we'll call it Goldie. Okay, so Goldie. Okay, so they think that it's the games guy. I don't remember his name is. I'm fast forwarding when I talk about anything.
I don't remember the games guy in this one because he was not my favorite. He was an asshole because he kept pulling the teeth of all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and they do end up like letting loose that one dinosaur that rams everything, and the auction people he's
awesome in every one he's in. I don't remember his name, but he's got the solid dome and he just beats the shit out of everything.
Yeah, so Goldie is left in its cage or whatnot, and it's
right because we're in the auction at this point.
Yeah,
right?
At the auction, yeah.
So we've auctioned off everything but the Raptorsaurus.
Yeah, the Goldie. Anyways, and so the games guy, he goes in there and he knocks it out, right? And he goes in because he wants his
tooth.
His trophy, right? So as he's going to get the tooth, right? The thing whips its tail around and everything, and he turns around.
It's pretending. It's like a little kid that pretends to sleep. That's like eyes are squeezed shut, and like mom and dad will never know.
Yeah. And then he ends up like totally like chomping that dude his arm or whatnot.
It reminded me of in the first one before
the guys
when
all
they bite the arm. Yeah,
we're big. Yeah, it was so good.
Same vibe. Good.
Yeah, see, I got the same vibe too. And it lifts him up and everything. And then it's like staring at him. And he's like holding his hands up like, please don't hurt me. And I'm all like, you think it's going to not eat you now? You're dead, dude.
Knows what this means?
Yeah, except I also didn't like in that they didn't show it. It just like zoomed out and everything. And it was all like, I hate when they do that in these movies. But I did like how that auctioneer went into the elevator and the lights were coming on and there were some other people in there that were
There
all
was
like,
like
shh.
3 or 4 other people like
Yeah.
squeezed to the wall going.
Yeah.
And
And I
he
love
thought
how,
it was all awesome because he pressed the closed door button.
yeah. But I'm all like, and that lady screamed and I'm all like, why are you screaming, whore? Shut your whore mouth. And of course the doors don't close in time and everything. And I'm all like, you guys are so stupid. You got to
No,
keep
don't
quiet
they
when you see.
close? But the dinosaur turns and his
Oh,
tail
yeah,
hits
yeah.
the button,
Yeah,
so
you're
it
right. You're right.
reopens.
Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. It did close in time because now that you say that, I remember. But he did hit the button and it reopened, and then he was all like, dinner time. Um, I would have just went and got back in the cage. I'd have been like, fuck that noise. I'm gonna go get back in the cage. Hopefully it doesn't
Because
realize
that's
how
the
to
one
open it.
thing they did in 3. Remember when they were on the boat and I said, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
understand why they jumped in the cage. That makes sense now in this one. Get back in the cage because he's not gonna. I mean, the other one
Right.
didn't make sense because it was a cage on a boat and there's water. But
Yeah.
this one, it makes sense. Yeah, I agree. Because this
So
dinosaur hones in by a laser and a sequence or a sound, right?
yeah. So I don't know if what they were going for in this one, but did you get the sense that when Goldie goes into the Maisie girl's room and he's all like with his claw up on her bed and he's not like eating her right away, did you think that they like had a connection because they were both clones, or do you think it was just like
I
biding
don't
its
know, because
time?
I assumed it was part of, because remember they say when they're talking about him that the laser is specific on it, identifies his target,
Oh,
and then the sound makes him like hone in on the sound and sense of it. So I think when he got there, he was like, wait, this is not my target.
right on. So then,
I think there's something that tells him that Maisie's not what he needs.
right on. So then, Chris Pratt shows up and tries to take him out, but it doesn't work. And then
There's a lot of on the roof action.
yeah, and then Blue shows up, and I love how they run out of the roof, and I'm like, why didn't you run out the door? Or try to a little bit more. And they're up on this roof, and this Goldie dinosaur, it's like it's got him cornered or whatever, and then above this like atrium looking thing or whatnot. And Bryce Dallas Howard shows up and she's banging on it and shit. And I'm all like, what's going on here? I'm like, just eat the little girl, which they didn't do, which I was like, bummer. And then it ends up falling through the roof or whatnot and lands on that big spike down, or it doesn't land on the spike. Does it land on the spike?
It does. I don't know if it's a
Oh,
spike.
yeah, she's about, hold on. She's about to fall down. Hold on, I wrote it down. She's about
So
to
the
fall
first time
down.
it stops itself,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it falls later on the spike.
Yeah, because Blue shows up and
Right.
Blue knocks it down for the rest of the time. Yeah, there's that. And then they're like saying goodbye to Blue, but this is after they've let all, okay, so they're either going to kill all the dinosaurs with that little gas, or
Oh,
they're
because
going
there's
to,
the crazy gas that's been let loose in the thing
yeah,
because the ventilation system has failed. So some kind of toxin, I don't remember what it was, can't be released, but it's something the dinosaurs need, but they can't have too much of. Is that right?
sure, yeah. But Maisie lets them all free or whatnot.
Yes.
And then they get released out into the world.
Oh, and we should say at some point the assistant has killed the grandfather.
Oh, yeah. The assistant killed the grandfather. And then isn't he hiding underneath the car at the end? Doesn't he hide underneath the car? Yeah.
There's a lot of hiding under cars in this entire series.
Yeah, which I'm all like, is there really that much room underneath a car? Because I feel like if I tried to get underneath my car, it wouldn't work so much.
No,
but...
my kids have dropped enough shit over their lifetimes under cars that I know I could slide under her car.
Right on. But that assistant gets like eaten by a T-Rex. Yeah, he gets mad out on.
He deserves it. He's a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. And then the dinosaurs they smash that stuff, that one stuff that he was trying to steal.
Yeah, the Indominus Rex bone.
Yeah, and then he says he says goodbye to Blue. You're my boy,
And
Blue.
all the dinosaurs go to the world.
Yeah, they go out into the world, which I personally didn't like because we'll get that into the next movie.
I
Um,
personally go, it's fine if they're herbivores. Eat all the trees and plants you want, but I don't want a T-Rex in my backyard eating my dog, like in the second
right.
one.
Yeah. And so it basically just leads into the dinosaurs,
Are free in
living
the world.
living among humans and everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah.
So what did you think overall?
I mean, I personally did not care for this movie. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of annoying a little
I
bit.
have no problem saying out of the 6, this is my least favorite.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, this one
Not
definitely.
counting the animated series. No, counting the animated one. The what is it called? It's an animated Jurassic Park. It's like the battle at Big Rock. Even that's better
Oh
than
no,
this.
that one's not animated. That one's not animated.
Well, it's like a different.
It's like a short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Animated short, tomato.
Tomato. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
But
even
yeah.
that's better than this.
Right on. Okay, let's move on to our questions.
Sure. What's your question of the day?
Okay, my question for you is, what is your favorite movie with a scary mansion in it?
Oh, this one was super easy because I totally want to visit this one in real life. But it is the mansion from The Haunting with Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Oh, yeah.
Owen Wilson, Liam Neeson. Like that house is crazy. Like even the gate going in and then the giant fireplace, like everything in that movie is legit to the house. Like they didn't build anything. Those are all real amenities or elements to the house. The house is fucking crazy.
Right on, yeah. I agree. It's
What
pretty.
was yours?
Oh,
And I
mine.
think, and I'm just going to throw this out there, I'm not 100% sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think parts of that house were also used in The Haunting of Hill House. Not the entire mansion, but certain rooms were used,
Gotcha.
like um the observatory, the room with all of the plants and stuff.
Oh, right on.
I think that's the same room in Hill House as in The Haunting. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure.
That's
What
cool.
about you?
For me, it's The Woman in Black. It's just that house is really scary, and I'm all like, they don't try to spruce it up, if you know what I'm saying. They just let it like stay all dank and shit. So, plus that movie is kind of scary. The ending kind of blows, but yeah, no,
Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
yes.
Yeah. I always get that one confused with the lady in white.
Oh, right on. Yeah. All right, what's your question?
So my question is out of all the Jurassic Park movies, who is your favorite game hunter? Like a lot of the movies have a game hunter when they go to the islands to help them and stuff. Even the first one, who they already have a collection of the dinosaurs. They're not even hunting. They still have a game hunter. Who is your favorite game hunter?
Mine is Robert Muldoon, the guy from the first movie. I really liked him a lot. I just like when he's like, clever girl. And I'm all like, yeah. I just feel like he was the smartest one out of all of them, even though he died still. But I was like, I feel like he knew what he was doing and he wasn't all trying to get like trophies and shit. He's all like, yeah, we need to respect this shit.
I would 100% agree with you, except I mean, he was the smartest one and he was the only one not trying to collect something. But I chose mine on who was the funniest. And from the Lost World, Ronald Tamboo, he was the funniest. Because when he's on the car and he's looking through the sheet and he's like, look for the the gray one.
Yeah.
Whatever it is he said.
Yeah.
Like,
the pompadour with the spikes. Right. Yeah.
And then later when he's like, who was the last one to see Bob? Where was Bob? And Bob's been eaten and everything.
Yeah.
But I just think he had some great one-liners.
And he survived. So,
yeah.
So he was smart and everything.
I mean, he's an ass for going, I don't just forget my feet. All I want is to hunt the male T-Rex because he's the greatest predator ever.
All right.
All right. Do you have anything else you would like to say about this movie?
I do not.
All righty. So thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes.
If you listen to us at our podcast BS Drunk Movie Reviews on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review. It truly does help us. You have no idea how much small podcasts like us really do appreciate us. Follow our regular podcast at BS Drunk Pod. We will keep you updated on everything fabulous that happens. We will also be posting this video eventually on our YouTube channel, but you can check it out and subscribe to catch our regular podcast videos. And we are on YouTube, BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And as is our regular, there's a lot of alcohol involved. I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
I drank.
If you listen to us on our regular podcast or you are an amazing paid listener, we appreciate you so much. Please remember, don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, guys.
Bye.